And you know what? Yeah, babe.
I'm confused.
Discombobulated.
Thank you.
I learnt a new word. Welcome back to my channel. It is me, Venetia, raw and unfiltered with a chip nail. I don't care, doesn't matter. Sometimes I feel like there's so much I want to tell you guys, and most of the time, 90% of the time, I don't have a camera with me, let alone my phone. And a lot of the time it's like, oh, this isn't going to turn out right if I don't have the right equipment. And to be honest, a phone is not bad, but if you don't have a handheld or something to hold your phone, it's really jumpy and shitty. And I've actually put out a video that's like I stuffed up the camera and the exposure was just so bright, and so I've done stuff like that and I'm still learning. What I want to talk about today is a lot more along the lines of the self-help, and I hate saying self-help because of two reasons. A lot of people don't like the term self-help, and why I say self-help is because you know what? I call it the journey into you. And I think that we're all looking for a journey. We're all looking for a purpose. We're living life half filled, if not a quarter filled, if not a fifth filled or a 10th filled. And I think we're not fulfilled in life because there are so many aspects that are missing. It's like when you get those jigsaw puzzles, it's like a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle, and you're trying to figure out, where's the first one go? Where does that go? And you're looking through 1,000 pieces of a jigsaw puzzle and you find that one piece and you put it down, and then you find the other piece and you're slowly piecing things together. Well, I feel that's sometimes how I feel when we're on a journey in this life. It's like you find a piece and it's like, wow, it's like winning the lottery. It's like, wow, found it. Yeehaw, let's get started. And you're starting these little pieces bit by bit by bit by bit. And as you're piecing things together, you get so excited because you're figuring it out. You're completing a task. You're going through and you're achieving something. And I think that's how we feel when you stop at the end of the day, just before you probably go to sleep, and you're thinking a couple of things. One is probably the dread of waking up tomorrow and starting the same daily grind again. Or two, you're excited about tomorrow because something exciting is going to happen with work, or you're doing something exciting, whatever it is. And I think we've forgotten to take a breather and just enjoy just this moment, even if it is for a minute. You know, just close your eyes, take a breath, you know, try to I'm not going to say don't drown out all the noises around you, but just listen to your breathing. And just listen to your breath. As you're breathing, you can hear your heartbeat. And as you listen to that heartbeat, and you're hearing your breathing, you just enjoy this moment. And you're connecting with yourself. Now that you've done that, now that you've connected with yourself, just let it all out. And I know that people feel that there is something greater than what they currently have. And I'm not talking about financial wealth. I'm talking there's got to be something greater, because you know, financial wealth is fantastic. I have nothing against it. And my journey was I really wanted that financial independence, that financial wealth, that financial success. And I've said it in videos before. My father passing away was a huge catalyst in so many things. When you watch a loved one die, when you've seen people in a hospital ward, in a palliative hospital ward, and they're in their last final days, I tell you what's important. It's the family around them. And family doesn't mean blood relatives. Family means the people who love and respect you and will miss you like crazy when you're gone. That's family. It doesn't have to be blood related. It could be your best friends. It could be your high school friend. It could be your primary school friend. It could be your neighbor. It could be someone who absolutely loves and respects you and will miss you when you're gone. That's family, right? That's family. It doesn't have to be a blood relative. Like I say this all the time, because I just really want to drive home this message to you. Do not creep, crawl, or tiptoe through life, getting to your deathbed and dying with regrets. I've seen lots of people in a hospital ward dying with regret. And for those who've been in hospital wards, those who've been in the death ward, the palliative ward, you know what I'm talking about. The nurses who work in those wards are God-sent angels. They are angels because the way that they care about the dying and giving them that little bit of dignity as they're leaving this earth, they're angels. You cannot explain what a palliative care nurse is. I can't explain it. Like, if they are angels to me, they're angels. And whether you believe that or not, I don't care. Do not die with regrets. Every single day that you wake up, regardless of whether you've fucked up that day or you've screwed something up or you've messed up, the next day is a new slate. You wake up again and you get a new day. You get a new opportunity. And this is what people forget. You look at tomorrow and you look at it with dread. Oh, I've got to go to work. Oh, I've got to do that fucking commute. Oh, my jobs and my boss is a nightmare. Oh, I hate my co-workers. I wish they'd all just go away. Oh, change the narrative. Change the wording. Change the story. This is your life. You change how you think and feel about anything in your life. The only person in control of how you think and feel is you. No one else. Your boss might be a fucking asshole, but he's an asshole. And you're not going to change that. So what are you going to change? Change the story. Change the narrative. Change the wording. My boss is a challenge. He's hard, but that's because he expects the best out of his workers, even if it's not true. You remember, we think with our conscious mind. Our conscious mind dictates to our subconscious. The subconscious cannot determine whether something is real or it's false. It doesn't get it. It doesn't get jokes. It doesn't get nothing. It takes you at your literal word. My job is a nightmare. I hate my colleagues. I wish they would all go away. What's your brain telling you? Oh my God, your life is a nightmare. Don't go to work. I will think of something that will make you sick. I will think of every excuse that you always take time off, because you know what? Your mind, your subconscious mind's main job is to keep you alive. You know, you got to remember, the brain is not the subconscious. The subconscious resides in the brain. It's like its host. It's like its tenant, right? It's the tenant. Your subconscious controls your breathing. Your subconscious controls your heartbeat. Your subconscious keeps you alive every single minute of the day from the moment you're conceived. Your subconscious is always there working for you. So the moment you feed it the information that your boss is a fucking nightmare, or your work colleagues are assholes, what narrative are you telling your mind? You're telling your mind that you're going to die because this is not living. Your job is a nightmare. Think of the words you say to yourself. Even if you don't say them out loud, you're saying them in your internal dialogue. So change the narrative. Remember, if I was the fairy godmother of this planet, if I was the fairy godmother who could make every single wish come true, do you think I wouldn't do it? Of course I would. I'd do it for you because I love you. And I don't know you, but I love you. I don't know you, but I think that you are fucking incredible. I know you are incredible. You just don't know it. And I didn't know it for a really, really long time. And you know, once you have that awakening, that freedom of realizing that you are in control of every single thing in your life. Now, you got given this life. It is a gift. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to go to the end of your life in your 70s, 80s, 90s, depending on when you die, how you die? What is it that you're going to die of? Is it old age or is it of disease? People are going to get angry with me, but it's a choice. Everything in life is a choice. And you know, once you get it in your mind, once you get in your subconscious mind, that I have cardiovascular disease and I'm going to die. I'm not going to live a long life. You know, once doctors tell you that your life is limited, and they've told my husband that too. Let me tell you, they've told my husband, and it's taking him 3 years to change that thinking that he actually does have a long life. Every time you see a specialist, every time you see a doctor, every time you go and visit the hospital, you know what? You are being reinforced that you're not going to live long because I have a health issue and I'm not going to live long. I'm not expected to live long. That is a subconscious belief. That is a belief you can change. And I've seen how so many people who've had issues all the life. Yes, you have a health issue. Does that give you a death sentence? No, not necessarily. Everything is a state of mind. How do you accept that to be your truth? Do you accept that to be your truth? I had a doctor tell me when I did keto, you're going to die of cardiovascular disease. I was really disgusted that at 45, you're telling me I have a short lifespan because I'm going to die from eating butter? What kind of belief is that? These are... Hence why my view on the medical profession is get with the program, get with the studies, and stop scaring people. Stop scaring people when they change their diet and they change their life around and they're not giving you any more financial support because they're not sick anymore. But you're telling them that they're going to die of disease because they've changed their diet. They're eating a little bit more butter. Like, please. Anyhow, that's not the rant I'm talking about. So what I'm saying is I didn't accept that. I said to the doctor, thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. But I'll probably outlive you. And he's younger than I am. I don't care what people say about me. Choose what you let in. It's like you choose what you eat. You choose what you eat. I do keto. Currently I'm on a carnivore challenge. People freak out when they say that. But I'm choosing what I put in here and I'm choosing what I need to nourish my body. It's a choice. Just like you choose what thoughts you think and how you feel about anything. Now, when you start choosing and selecting your thoughts, you are changing your mind. You have the ability to change your mind at any given moment. It is infinite. It's not just once, oh, I'm going to change my mind about that. It's always and forever until the day you die. So my question to you is, right, do you want to go through life being on this little treadmill of Groundhog Day continuous, or do you want to change the narrative? Change the narrative. I drive for 2 hours in traffic. It's a nightmare. I just want to chew my own leg off. All right, change it. Guess what? I'm so fortunate. I have a car that works, barely, but it works. And my car drives me to my work and home again safely, efficiently, and effectively every single day. I love my car. It's an old bomb. It cost me $500, but it's an old bomb. And guess what? This old bomb, she's had a great life and she drives me around. She's like my chauffeur. My beautiful old bomb is my chauffeur. It keeps me dry when it's raining. It keeps me sheltered when it's hot, but it takes me to my work where I earn a good living. I earn an okay living. It doesn't matter. I'm making money. A lot of people in the world don't have jobs. I'm so fortunate. I am so lucky I have this car. I'm so lucky that I have this job. Yeah, it's not my ideal job. It's not the dream job that I wanted, but it pays my bills. It actually keeps me afloat. It actually allows me to put petrol in my car. It allows me to put food on the table. I can eat whatever I want. I can sleep whenever I want. Change the narrative. Change the narrative. When you change the narrative, you change everything. Everything changes. And you start seeing the beauty in this world. And it could be the smallest thing. It could be a bird in a tree. It could be a neighbor walking a dog down your street. It could be the sunrise. It could be the clouds in the sky. It could be even the rain. It could be looking at a tree. And I'm just looking at a tree out there now. So I'm looking at the tree. It could be anything. Like when you start changing the wording, the narrative, and how you feel about things, everything in your life starts to change dramatically. Now, you may not see it straight away, but you do see it in 2, 3, 4 months, 6 months, 10 months, a year. From this moment, once you start putting into practice, changing your mind, everything in your life changes. You become happier. You don't take those small things for granted anymore, or the big things. You start realizing, I'm in control of my life. And how do I want it to be? How do I want to live my life? And then you are on your journey. The reality is we're on a journey anyhow. We just haven't found the tools to make this journey incredible. So change the wording. It takes daily practice. So I'm just going to tell you this. If you think that you are worth the changes that you want in your life, if you think you are worth having an incredible life, if you think you are worth making sure that you don't go through life and die with regrets. And I know that sounds really morbid, right? Because like I'm saying, this is what happens. Life gets past you so quickly when you are down and you are on this roller coaster of ups and downs. When you're on that journey of negativity, right? You go through life and you do feel like you've wasted it. So I'm here to kick you in the pants, stick a pin up your ass and say to you, don't allow another moment to go by without you appreciating what you have right now. That's it. And you do this daily. This is not a once-off. This is a daily practice, daily for the rest of your life, because I think you're worth it. I think you're worth changing everything in your life around. Now, I'm not going to promise you financial success. I'm not going to tell you that it's going to save your marriage. I'm not going to say to you it's going to save everything in your life and change everything in your life. But what it's changing is you. And the moment you change you, everything else just falls into place. Now, yes, it's going to be unfamiliar, but you know what? You have to do the unfamiliar. You got to do what you haven't done before. You've got to do something new. We're changing not just your thoughts, we're changing your mind and we're changing your habits. Once you start doing that, it's automatic. You start seeing and living and experiencing life completely differently from a completely different perspective. I think you're worth it. So I think you're worth daily practice for the rest of your life. I think it's fantastic that you actually commit to investing in you. And I really think that you're going to enjoy it. Now, like I say, I'm not promising you miracles. I'm just promising you this. You do daily practice for the rest of your life and things will change. Things will shift. Everything will start changing. And it's not going to happen literally overnight. Sometimes it may. Some people see it instantly. Some people see it progressively. But what I'm most excited about is that you're making the decision to enhance your life. And I want you to tell me what it is. Please respond in the comments below and subscribe. And please put down in the comments below what it is that you're going to change. What are your thoughts? And I'll try to respond to you all, but just tell me what it is that you made a conscientious choice of what you're changing. What thoughts you're changing, how you feel about it, whatever it is. Tell me in the comments below. Love you and have a brilliant day.